Hello guys, and welcome back to yet another Create a Sim or Founder series, whatever you guys want to call these, of my Sims 3 Sims. I of course get asked questions all the time of how do you make your Sims? Can I download your Sim? Can I have XYZ Sim? And so here is a dedicated series where I create either Founder Sims, or maybe you could use them somewhere down in your legacy, I don't know, or you could use them as a sperm bank, whatever you guys want to do. I have made one other Founder Sim prior to this Sim though. Today Jamie is his name. Jamie, I don't know what I was thinking. I kind of just went in and just started making a Sim. Typically I start off with like a vision or like some inspo or something like that. Nope, this Sim just came out of thin air. I didn't know what I wanted to do with him, so you kind of see me squabbling around a little bit more than I typically do when I create Sims, because of that specific reason, because I didn't really have any inspo that I was going off of. But I do actually really like the final product that I came out with. Mr. Jamie here, he's really cute. Jamie has a really interesting story. Once again, I offer you guys these storylines in case you want to use these Sims as founders. If you don't care about my storyline and you want to craft your own, that is completely fine, completely understandable. I too will download Sims sometimes, even if they already have pre-existing storylines that the Simmer made for them. But Jamie has probably my favorite lifetime wish in the entirety of the Sims 3. It is possession is 9/10 of the law, and if you aren't familiar with that lifetime wish, it is to, I think it's 50,000 simoleons worth of stolen goods you have to steal. So it's a really fun and really challenging, honestly, lifetime wish. You can only steal up to 3 items in the Sims 3 every single night. Balancing that and a job and a family in the Sims, you kind of get caught up a little bit, and it is a more challenging lifetime wish to complete. Now Jamie's traits are animal lover, childish, family oriented, klepto of course, because that relates to his lifetime wish, and loves the heat. And I would find this Sim so fun to play with. I love playing thieves. I don't know why. I have this game on Steam called Thief Simulator, and you just go around stealing stuff, breaking into people's houses, and yeah, it's criminal activity, okay, but it's not like I'm going out and doing it in real life. So it's good to get those kind of things out in the form of a video game, if that makes any sense. And I kind of use The Sims 3 to steal stuff and play that klepto sort of storyline. So I think it's a healthy outlet to play it in The Sims, rather than like obviously going out in real life and legit committing crimes. You know what I mean? Now, as always, is gonna be typical and was typical with the first Sim that I made in this series. Of course, there is always a link in the description box that will take you to a complete CC list and a download link where you can install Mr. Jamie into your game. And I know because I'm going to get questions on how to install this Sim himself, so on my Tumblr there will be a link, and it just says it's a big hyperlinked download button. You just go there, it will take you to a Sim file share. Obviously, I'm sure everyone knows how to use Sim file share. You just click download on Sim file share, and then you're gonna drag him into your Sims 3 electronic arts, that folder. And there's going to be a folder called Saved Sims. It's going to all be one word. If you don't have this folder, you can just right click somewhere in the folder and make that folder. It doesn't affect anything. And you just drag and drop Jamie right in there. Make sure it says capital S in saved, capital S in Sims, Sims multiple, saved Sims. That's what the folder is going to be called. Once you drag and drop him in there, if you go into your Create a Sim and then you go down and you click on those little silhouetted people in the bottom left corner, and then you turn on the custom content mode, so you're just sorting it by custom content, Jamie will pop up for you guys. So that is how you install a Sim into your game via Saved Sims method. I'm not sure how you do it if the Sim is a Sims 3 pack. I think he might just show up as like a household or something like that, but don't worry, he is not in a Sims 3 pack file. He is solely a Sims 3 Saved Sim file. I think I've kind of gotten all the nuts and bolts sort of things that I wanted to mention out of the way as far as this beginning portion of the video goes. I mentioned his traits, I mentioned his lifetime wish, his story. Oh, I didn't really go into like what his story is. I kind of think that Jamie would have maybe a more hard upbringing or something like that, which kind of made him resort to a life of crime. But he moved to a brand new town so that he could start over, start with a fresh, new, clean slate and make something of himself. But when he gets to the new town, obviously when you guys pick up and start to play him, he will realize, hey, I'm having trouble making it in this new place. So maybe he goes back to his life of crime. Maybe he leans more into his family aspects because he is family oriented. So I would like to think that maybe he could get himself together, get his life together, and hopefully be a good father to any future children, which I assume you guys are going to use him as a baby daddy, because have you seen this guy? His genetics need to be used somehow, some way. I should also mention, of course, as is typical with these Sims, I do have sliders on him. He has a height slider, and I'm sure he has several face sliders. So how this works is if you do not have all of the same custom content as I have in my game, the Sims 3 game will try and auto populate those categories with just like randomly generating certain aspects of his face and his facial features. But don't worry if you're looking at the sim right now and you're like, but Maddie, I want him to look exactly like you have him. Well, you're in luck, because I did take a screenshot of my sliders folder and I re-uploaded a screenshot of that, so you can go out and seek those sliders if you would like him to be replicated how he is in my game, in your game. Now you might also be thinking, can't you just re-upload the folder, your sliders folder? That actually violates many of the CC creators' terms of use, and it's also just disrespectful to re-upload someone else's work like when I didn't make it or put any effort into creating that. It's just disrespectful. So anyway, I've just gone ahead and I took a screenshot. So if you would like my sliders I use in my game, I have so many body sliders. I love body sliders. I love being able to manipulate my Sims bodies as though I'm playing Cass in The Sims 4. That's one of the things about The Sims 4 that I can say is very well done, is the ability to manipulate and kind of like pull certain aspects of their face, their body, anything about them. It's great. I love that. And I'm able to do that via the use of sliders in The Sims 3, which is really nice that there's kind of like an accommodation, because Lord knows I'm not gonna sit there playing Sims 4 for hours and hours on end. I try not to, you know, rant about Sims 4 in too many of my videos. It does some things fine, it does some things atrociously, but Cass is one of those things that I really do enjoy in Sims 4. This part of the video is actually super funny. I was experimenting with some face tats that I downloaded off of my CC Finds Tumblr, which of course is always linked in the description box below if you're interested in downloading some nice CC in a very organized and central place. But I really wanted to use these face tats, and I don't know, I just thought that they didn't look right on his poor little beautiful porcelain skin and beautiful face. I don't know, they just didn't look right on him. I was so close to saying like, screw it, I'm just gonna give him the face tats because I want to use them, but I went against my you know, wishes of doing it, and I thought that he can look like a badass even without the face tats. He doesn't need the face tats to make him look like a badass. So he has no tattoos, none on his arms, none on his face, nothing, which probably would be one of the first things if I were to download the sim. That'd probably be one of the first things I would do. It's like add some nice tattoos to his arms, but I just left him as is, untatted skin and all that. Here you'll see me playing a little bit with his body mass, his muscles, muscle definition, all that kind of stuff. I also gave him a height slider, so you'll see him, he's a little bit taller than the average sim, and I always mention this in these videos because I just want to get this out there. If you do have a height slider in The Sims 3 and you do adjust their height, if you make a sim a little bit taller or a little bit shorter than what the typical unslidered sim looks like, they will end up having really weird animations. Like when two sims go to kiss and say one of them does have a height slider, that sim may kiss below or above their lips if they do end up having a height slider, because height sliders actually do not affect the height of animations. That's something that we have yet to see in the Sims franchise. Basically every new height there would have to be a brand new animation to go along with that to accommodate that height, is what I'm trying to say here. So we are finally to probably my favorite part of these cast videos, is the clothing. I love scrolling through all my massive amounts of CC clothing. I'm just hoarding it all. Once again, if you guys want some nice CC clothing for your men, it is all on my CC Finds Tumblr. Great resource, by the way. I really wish I could see like how many people go to my CC Finds Tumblr from these kind of videos, or like whenever I do a Cass makeover in one of my Let's Play videos, I bet there's like a spike probably in viewership on my Tumblr. That'd be like a really interesting analytic to look at. Sorry, I'm like a numbers kind of person. I like to like look at that kind of stuff and see the traffic and that sort of thing that my Tumblr gets from mentioning that in these videos. Sorry, this is like a whole tangent. I don't know what to talk about, honestly, so I'm just spitballing. So we are in the final touches here that I am doing on Mr. Jamie. I gave him some Air Force Ones. I was looking at Vans before this point, but I decided that the Air Force Ones, I think they look a little bit better with this outfit. And I know that the texture on them gets a little bit messed up, but do not worry. If you download these, they will be fine in live mode. It's just a really high poly count item, so it gets really funky in CAS. And I was also considering giving him some glasses. It to me looks like Peter Parker when he has glasses on. I don't know why, but you know, giving me Peter Parker vibes. Not sure. I don't know. It's like the nerdy guy goes to like becoming a superhero or something like that. As is typical with these videos, I randomized Jamie's name until I landed on Jamie Upchurch. So that is his name, Jamie Upchurch. Jamie is like totally suiting to him. I don't know why, he just looks like a Jamie to me. Upchurch, I don't know, you guys can change his last name if you want to. It's just randomized. I don't have any name ideas when I go into these. I quite literally randomize the traits and the name and the lifetime wish and come up with a story that way. So do what you will with Mr. Jamie. But here he is in live mode in all his glory. I think he looks so cute. I like the shading I did on his face with like the little eye details and like the little butt chin. That is going to do it for me, guys. If you did like the sim, you can go and download him for free and put him in your game and play with him all you want. I will catch you guys in my next video, and peace out.